Hey folks, Craig from the Vinyl Record Player, here to talk 1960s records today. Courtesy of the Proghat's contest, I would recommend that you buckle up. Alright, and we're back. Let's talk about 1960s records. By the way, this contest inspired and created by the Proghat. He's looking for 400 subscribers. I'm pretty sure he's already got them, but subscribe anyway. I have not really checked out much on his channel, but actually, Marsha P. Also check out her channel. I'll put a link below. Inspired me to do this. She did a great video on this contest, and I thought, you know what? I should do this too. I just finished cataloging my records. I got the years even denoted in an Excel sheet. The power of technology is mine. At any rate, let's just get right to it. Subscribe, like, if you're already here, give me a like. Anyway, let's go. Number 1, show 3 favorite albums released in the 1960s. So, let's go. Fleetwood Mac, Then Play On, 1969. In my opinion, one of the best hard rock albums, if not the best hard rock album ever released. That's right, I actually went there. This is, of course, the Peter Green flavor of Fleetwood Mac, which is, oh, what a taste, friends, what a taste. Speaking of taste, tasty playing of the guitar all over this one. Just phenomenal stuff. Showbiz blues, Although the Sun is Shining. The combo of Searching and Fighting for Madge, which is just like this crazy sort of guitar battle where there's blues solos, like it's like just like you're caught in some kind of a machine gun nest versus machine gun nest of guitar action. That is the Madge's Searching and Fighting for. This album is great. I listened to this almost for like an entire year once, every single Friday for, I'm going to say about 50 Fridays at least. One of my favorite albums released in the 60s. Just caught it in 1969. Number 2. Let's talk Van, Astral Weeks. I don't even really know what needs to be said about this record, except you should probably have it. It's pretty much like the ultimate Sunday record ever created. Van is just off the charts good. This is not his debut album, but I mean, really, for what Van would become, I mean, you might as well call it that, from 1968. This is not even a singular track scenario, but the title track starts you out, and if you're not in bed with this LP by the end of the title track, then you're just not going to understand. You're just not going to get it. And that's okay. Not everyone can get it. But this is a benchmark, I think, for so many kinds of music. It's a very almost undescribable album. A lot of it is just sort of free form, a lot of folk, a lot of Celtic stuff, but not. If it's too much Celtic, Craig is out the door. In this case, though, masterpiece, and really a sign of things to come for Van, who really for the next 7 or 8 years would put out just classic after classic. This, of course, is my favorite and will be my favorite of all time. Astral Weeks from 1968. I'm gonna go Canadian style here. 1966's Lightfoot. I've said it before on the United Artists label. A lot of people like the post If I Could Turn Back Time era of Gord, and you know, every era of Gord has its sweet points. But in my mind, this LP is just a stunner. Not all of it is Gord songs, but I remember when I first listened to it, I was like, man, what's with this Gordon Lightfoot covering all of these folk classics? And then I realized he wrote some of those. In fact, close to all of those folk classics. And I'm like, genius stuff. This album is from the very start with Rich Man's Spiritual. It's just a stunning way to start it off. Basically, side 1 of this LP is near perfect, if not perfect. Side 2 is also good, but side 1 is just, I mean, it's a stunning. I mean, plus you've got a Phil Oakes or Ox or whatever you want to call it, a cover of Changes. Wow. Changes. The Phil Ox or Phil Oaks, however you prefer, version. Fantastic from 1966. This is my third of three favorite albums. Let's talk about share three favorite songs in the 1960s. Or part two of the contest. Roberta Flack, First Take, 1969, I believe. This is kind of a tie on this one. Side two starts out to, oh my God, is this going to be just an absolute masterpiece of a side of a record? Maybe not. But you start out with a Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye, as done by Roberta. That is a Leonard Cohen song. Absolute genius work. Probably my favorite song by her ever. Stunning stuff. And then track two, the first time ever I saw Your Face, which I believe is a Ewan McCall jam. Also stunning, best version. Roberta has a way of hearing a song and then singing it and effectively making it her own, and she does that twice on this LP. There are, again, it's more side two with those two tracks starting at the side, but I'm giving two on this one. But let's go to my second choice for favorite songs. Mitty Collier, Shades of a Genius from 1965. This is a album on the Chess Soul label. And Mitty, not really well known. She basically had this album and unfortunately was, as I have read many a time, unfortunate to have been caught on the Chess Soul label, where they were much more, at Chess they were a little bit more interested in the blues. I mean, the blues, that's kind of what, made them the money. So Mitty kind of didn't have the best career. She only had this single album and then, a variety of singles afterwards. But the key track on this one has got to be the hit. This album, by the way, is one of the best early soul LPs. This is from 65. I would say probably one of the first great soul LPs. At a time when maybe soul LPs were, a couple of singles, some standards, some B-sides. This thing is a full, complete masterpiece. Shades of a Genius. The track of selection is, of course, I Had a Talk with My Man last night. Fashioned after the gospel number, I Had a Talk with God last night. But there's nothing non-secular, or there's nothing, religious about this. It's an album. It is great. And again, I Had a Talk with My Man last night, Mitty Collier. Third, I'm talk my book on this channel. I mean, I'm not hiding from my influences here. 1969, just as the decade about to end. Oh, Willie Hutch, Soul Portrait. How about A Love That's Worth Having on this particular album? Oh, stunner. Kind of a mid-tempo, but just, you listen to Willie, he's singing his ass off. You're listening to the groove. It's just, remarkable jam. That, of course, again, A Love That's Worth Having is sure enough worth fighting for. That, of course, Willie Hutch, 1969, Soul Portrait. Name a favorite artist from the 60s. You got it. How about Steppenwolf, right here? Steppenwolf from 1968. I think this is a benchmark album. I don't know about anyone else, but the fact that they were doing this in 68, although, this would have been obviously post-Cream, but this to me is like very much a template for hard rock. Stunning stuff. This, of course, is a Canadian pressing on the RCA label. I did later get a repressing on the MCA label, and let me tell you, the original press, just as good as this big dog, and this one was about $20. I think it's a Vinyl Me Please, maybe. But this one, beautiful. Original pressing. This is actually my father's original copy of Steppenwolf. Key track from one of my favorite artists, Steppenwolf in this case. On this album, it's got to be Desperation. You basically start out side two with Desperation, followed up by The Pusher. Get out of here. Just get out of here. Great artist. Of course, they would continue until about 72, 73, and then break up. John Kay releases his own solo album, etc., etc. Then a lot of drama beyond then, but really their key period is that 68 to about 73, 74 period. And this, of course, being kind of not necessarily the crown jewel, but I mean, this one also has Born to Be Wild on it. And I think Rock Me is on this. Is Rock Me on this one? Let's take a look here. Suki Suki's on this one. Yeah, the old Don Covey number. Good one. Worth a pickup. And so I can get 2 entries, a favorite album from 1968, in accordance with the contest, of course. We're going to one of the best covers I've ever seen. Underground, Thelonious Monk. Are you thinking to yourself, wait a sec, is that a Schmeiser he has on the back of him while Steve plays piano? Yes. Wait a sec, is that a German officer that's tied up? And then a very beautiful girl in the background with a machine gun? Why, yes. As a matter of fact, it is. Apparently, this was inspired by Thelonious Monk's time in the French Resistance during World War II. So anyway, beautiful cover. The album's pretty good too. I'm not a big jazz guy, but I'm becoming one, or trying to. And yeah, good album, but wow, look at that cover. Just so much going on. It's a truly beautiful thing. Again, from 1968. So yeah, thanks again to everybody. Like, subscribe if you haven't. But yeah, thanks to Marsha P for doing this contest. Her video was very inspiring. Here I am. And also thanks to the Proghat. Like and subscribe to both of those people. Cool contests like this. I mean, sometimes we need the inspiration the VC provides. So yeah, we will, of course, see you on the next one.